Jack Ma, who is the founder of Alibaba, which is the Chinese equivalent of Amazon. Um, he sees it as clear as day. For 3 decades, U.S. corporations ranked in obscene cash. So, it was outstripping China's four top big banks, all by shipping manufacturing overseas. Where did all that loot vanish? So, he's about to explain uh, in this forum here, the guy who runs Alibaba, the Chinese version of Amazon, he's about to explain to people that the jobs that disappeared from America, China did not steal them. China did not steal them the same way that immigrants aren't stealing your jobs. They're not coming after your jobs. Corporations did it deliberately. The corporations sold you out, took your jobs away, and deliberately moved them to China. Deliberately did that so they can rank in more profits and cut labor costs. But did that do any benefit for the outcome of America? No, absolutely not. And here's him explain this in detail.
We just want to control the IP, we just want to technology, we just want the brand and leave the lower end jobs for the world. Great strategy. Past 30 years, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, they made tons of money. The profit they made are much more than the four largest banks in China. But where'd the money go? Past 30 years, the American had 13 wars, spending $14.2 trillion. The money going there. What if they spend a part of that money on building up the infrastructure, helping the white collars and the blue collars? No matter how strategy good it is, you're supposed to spend money on your own people. And the other money, which I'm curious.
Hillary Clinton would say that's a pony idea. This idea that we're going to take money and profits that we disparage from the working class by sending your jobs overseas. You think we're going to put that towards healthcare? Think it's going to go towards education? Think that's going to fix your roads? Come on, that's a pony idea. That's a pony idea. That's socialism. That's populism. That's communism. That's a Chinese talking point there. No, that's how you build nations. That's how you build up nations. When they bring in revenue, when they bring up their GDP, you invest that into your country, which is what China has been doing. Which is why China literally legit has flying cars and cheaper electric vehicles, cheaper vehicles in total. They're able to mass produce at ridiculous amounts of rates than Canada and America combined. Because they advance themselves by investing into their country. That's what he's saying here. And for the last 30, almost 40 years now, we've completely annihilated and gutted out the Western Hemisphere. We gutted out and pledged that towards Wall Street, who then sold you guys out, sending your jobs overseas and investing in warfare so we'd self-destruct on other nations while killing ourselves. And now he's saying, where's the money? Where's the profits? IBM, Microsoft, all these companies that make huge amount of profits that still want to recognize and give that American title, American proud company. Where's the money going towards?
It's about is that when I was young, I heard America is bad. Ford and Boeing, those big manufacturing companies. The last 10, 20 years, I heard about is Silicon Valley and Wall Street. The money go to the Wall Street. And what happened? Year 2008. The financial crisis wiped out $19.2 trillion USA alone. They wiped out all the white collars and destroyed 34 million jobs globally.
And did anyone get prosecuted for it? Did anyone get mentioned? Did any news outlet covered and accused and wrote accountability stories on the people responsible for the 2008 crash? Not a single one. Those people are still employed today. Those people are still working today, even though they criminally made the worst financial disaster of that decade. The 2008 financial crash that kicked 5.1 million families, not individuals, families out of their houses in America. And Barack Obama didn't do crap about it. Why? Because Barack Obama was brought to you by Wall Street. Barack Obama was brought to you by Citibank. Citibank wrote up an email and told Barack Obama directly who to employ as his advisors. They had it all manufactured out, and Barack Obama, the good little boy that he is, accepted with glee. And he's not going to prosecute them the same way he's not going to prosecute war criminals, because those crimes happened in the past. We got to focus on the future. So it's amazing that Chinese Amazon owner, Alibaba owner, Jack Ma, gives us more of an in-depth look of the corruption of America than any outlet in America. Except for maybe Gray Zone, maybe Jimmy Dore, maybe Kim Iverson. There's a very few mixed individuals that have actually exposed this, but I'm talking about the major outlets. Because you're never going to hear anything like this. You're never going to hear exactly how the American corporation, Wall Street, Silicon Valley, all these big giant entities deliberately destroyed the nation, intentionally destroyed the nation, destroyed the stability of the working class, and gutted the manufacturing jobs purposely overseas. And I knew this for such a long time. I remember back in the day when they showed episodes of Shark Tank and Dragon's Den, those greedy investors, every time they had an entrepreneur on, but they always tell them, oh, you can go and manufacture in China, be cheaper. Go invest your money in China. Don't worry about building jobs here in America. Pfft. What are you talking about? Go invest in China. Go use cheap labor over there. Import immigrants. Get them exploited to take those jobs. So this idea that tariffs are going to bring back jobs, this magical realm, that somehow tariffs are going to scare the bejesus out of China to forcibly take the jobs, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And China's not backing down. China's not backing down. So let's hear the rest of this.
So what if the money is not Wall Street? What if the money spent on the Middle East, Middle West of the United States, developing the industry there? That could be changed a lot. So it's not the other countries steal jobs from you guys. It is your strategy. Okay, but
what do you think?
That's incredible. That's incredible. Jack Ma pointing that out. That, hey, wouldn't it be just a crazy idea? Wouldn't that just be such a radical thing to take that money, you know, the almost $1 trillion now we're spending on military, the almost $1 trillion we're spending on endless wars so we can go and invade Yemen and blow that up and blow up Iran and cause more destruction, Gaza. Imagine if we took a tiny portion of that and, God forbid, invested that in rebuilding America. If we took a portion of that and invested that money into, you know, building up the homes in California that burnt down, or rebuilding Maui, or putting the money into infrastructure to advance the water system so that Flint, Michigan doesn't have toxic water for over, 15 years now. It's amazing. It's so amazing that this sounds crazy because nobody says this in our world. But China, they could see it clearly. China, they could easily see clearly that, hey, you guys could benefit too if you just invest your money wisely. That's all they're doing here. They're not there to steal your jobs. They're not taking away. They're not devastating you. They're not going after Americans or Canadians. They're not a threat to us. But they are a threat to the oligarchs that want to control you, that want to oppress you, the individual scumbags that are purposely undermining the working class here to exploit other people in other countries so they can advance their riches. And where's that money going towards? Do you think that's coming back home to invest in their communities? God, no. That's going towards yachts and spaceship travel. And the fact that has to come from the Alibaba guy. You're not even people like Bernie Sanders are mentioning this. Sadly. And Bernie Sanders and AOC are still doing those rallies. Because Trump's so bad. Trump bad. Trump bad. Well, what's your alternative? Trump bad? Not a single politician says this. Because they all serve their overlords. They all serve the billionaire class that exploited you. The Wall Street bankers. People at Silicon Valley. The technocrats that want to do mass surveillance. And want to exploit you at every turn and every corner. And we could easily have a more prosperous country. Again, there's a reason why if you go to China, you go to Beijing, you go to Sichuan, you go to all these different places in China. It literally looks like a scene out of Star Trek. Not a joke. Not a joke. It literally looks like Star Trek. And you go to communities around the United States and Canada, and it looks like a war zone. It literally looks like the Civil War took place again, and or a nuclear blast happened, and we just have dangling survivors. It is just insane. It's diabolical what the billionaire class is doing to the Western Hemisphere. And China, our biggest threat, all they're doing is informing us that, hey, it's because we sold out to these mafia men. It's because we sold ourselves out, the oligarchs that have no intention of serving their constituents, serving the rest of their communities, serving the needs of the greater good. You know, the workers that actually punch in 9, clock out of 5, run the machines, run the factories. And as he's saying there, if you invest that money into the factory work, you can make it beneficial for everybody. But they refuse to do so, which is why we're in the catastrophe we're in right now. And their solution is to tariff other nations and punish them and punish us in return. Because those tariffs are going to end up being a cost burden to the average consumer. So the next time you go out for, say, a t-shirt, or you're buying a toy or whatever Chinese product, because 97% of manufacturing is coming from China anyway, congratulations. Your governments made it worse. Now you're going to feel the cost burn for the average consumer instead of going to the table, negotiating, acting like smart, reasonable people, and have good intentions for the nation. That's what's happening.